Owen Smith. The country voted out. You say that's not the end of the story.
Well, I say we've got to know what Brexit means. Theresa May says Brexit means Brexit. This week has shown that the Tories haven't a clue what they think we voted for. David Davis says it means we're leaving the single market, as Jeremy has agreed. Theresa May says it doesn't. Earlier on, they said it meant £350 million a week for the NHS. Clearly, that was a lie. They said there was going to be a points-based system on immigration. That isn't going to happen. We've said that we were going to have all these trade deals done and dusted with Australia and America in a matter of months. Australia and America are saying it could be years before we've got trade deals in place. So my very simple message to the Labour movement is we've got to stand up to the Tories, oppose them properly, hold them to account, negotiate hard alongside them, determine what Brexit's really going to mean, and if it means worse living standards for British people, less money for the NHS, lesser protections for people at work, lesser environmental protections, then we should either at a general election, with Labour arguing that we go back in on the terms of that deal, or potentially at the second referendum, test the actual deal. Not what we were promised, which was clearly a lie, but what the Tories are actually going to deliver. Because I fear they will use this, you see, as an excuse, as Nigel Lawson said just this week, to finish Thatcher's revolution. That's what they've got in mind. It will be an ugly, hard Brexit for Britain, and places like Oldham will suffer.
But unless I misunderstood you, you said you would like to see Labour go into the next election saying our party policy is to go back into the EU.
Yes. I think
to ignore the Brexit vote.
Well, exactly.
Exactly.
We need to find out what it is. To find out what it is, because Brexit votes set a direction, if you like. We don't know where we're going.
But you do, because you know where you're going, because you're going back in.
I think where we're going, I hope we are. I hope we are, and I think we should be strong about that, because I've always believed that the best things about the European Union, our ability to safeguard workers' rights, our ability to safeguard...
Did you vote for the referendum or not, to happen? Were you one of the ones who voted that there should be a referendum?
Yeah, we all voted for it.
You all voted for it, yes. And you don't accept the result?
No, my view is we don't know what we were voting for. We were lied to about the £350 million. Yeah, we were clearly lied to. Theresa May says Brexit means Brexit. I haven't got a clue what she means by that. And I'm very certain Labour should not give them a blank cheque on this.
Okay.
Jeremy is giving them a free ride. I'm saying let's hold them to account and find out what's really going to be on offer. Because if it's worse for the people of Oldham, then of course Labour should be putting in a manifesto that we will improve the livelihoods of the people of Oldham.
You didn't say that. You said we'll vote to go back into the EU. Is that feasible?
If that's better for us, yes, we should.
There's a referendum.
Yes, we should.
A referendum has taken place that we supported the holding of that referendum. It's delivered a decision. It might not be a decision that either Owen or I wanted. I think it's the duty of Parliament to work with that. I want to protect the conditions we've gained in Europe. I want market access within Europe. And one of the points that I made during the referendum campaign was the EU also needed to reform, because it was trying to impose privatisation across the continent. It was producing some unpleasant ideas about how national governments should go about running their own national economies. There's always been that debate within Europe. I think we need to negotiate a good trading arrangement with Europe, protects those conditions and gives us market access for British manufacturing industry.
Let's go. I will come to others of you, but let's just go back to Robert Barnes, who asked this question. Robert, what's your view of what you've heard there?
Well, I totally disagree with Owen Smith. Over 17 million people voted to leave the European Union, and the Labour Party, if you were leader, would say, we'll take us back in. That isn't what 17 million people voted for. Brexit means Brexit. We may not know the terms of the negotiation, but what would you do if the Remain side had won and the Leave side said, we want a second referendum? It's hypocritical to turn around and say you want a second referendum. The country voted out, abide by the result.